Warning: the following video contains material that may be triggering and traumatizing to some audiences.
Hello. My name is Brianna Reagan, your hostess with the mostest, and you are watching Gossip. It has finally begun. We are here. This is the moment that I've been waiting for. I've been waiting to show you guys everything that gossip has to offer, and we will get into that as well as who I am as a person. All right? Before we get into that, I just want to mention the book that we will possibly be reading, trying to read almost every episode. It is called 50 Iconic Women, okay? We're looking at 50 iconic women just to get some inspiration and some extra, voices and motivation for our empowerment of women, all right? Now, this is written by Monica Ahananu, illustrated by Monica Ahananu, and written by Michaela Heekin. So they got some good, juicy stuff in here that you guys are going to see soon. Today, we are not going to be reading one of our 50 iconic women, simply because I want to make up 51. I want to be an iconic woman today, too. So we're going to talk about myself, all right? Before we get into doing that, we are sipping lemonade today, okay? And I'm getting to explaining why. So everybody, go get yourself a fresh glass of lemonade. Everybody loves a glass of lemonade. All right. If you do not know just yet what GOSSIP stands for Girls Openly Speaking Spectacularly in Public. Now, this show serves a purpose of empowering and uplifting women while also finding equality. So we want to find equality between men and women. In order to do that, we have to have the unity between each other. So not only will we be explaining on the show what it is like to be a woman mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, we will be getting the time to understand what it is like to be a man as well. The only way that we can be in the middle and become a team, which is what we want to do because that's what equality is by understanding one another. So I want my men out there to know and understand that we are here for you and we want to listen to you and understand you. That is the only way that we can move forward. And women, we're going to try our best to help understand ourselves even more than we already do. Let's find out the inner woman that we are. Because if anything, we're that first. All right? Now, gossip has started because of my TV production class that I had in high school. I had been studying TV production since middle school, so it was 5 years at the time. 4 years in high school and then 1 year in middle school. And then I pretty much carried on with it. In my TV production class, we like to call it J106 because that was the room number. So we were the J106 crew. And I realized quickly that TV production is a business that is majority male. So I was in a classroom majority guys, full of guys. And I was just like, oh my God, like, why do you guys think like this? Why do you guys want to be like this? Why are you guys sweaty? And they would say the same things to me, like, why are you so emotional? Oh my God, Brianna, you're so sensitive. Or when I would throw my pictures out there, whatever the case may be, sometimes we bump heads, not even gonna lie, but we were with each other throughout the years. So we ended up merging together and really understanding one another's creativity in TV production and blending very, very well as a J106 family. So in that, my senior year, we had to create a project that will basically stick with us, a project bigger than no other. And my project, I wanted to uplift women. And I remember we used to have a lot of conversations in class, and I know that we used to talk about how women like to gossip. And women like to gossip and gossip. We just gossip forever. And I was like, and I always had a rebuttal against the boys. I would be like, we don't just y'all gossip too, little do y'all know. Y'all gossip too. And they, throw the puns out there. Oh, y'all be spilling the tea. And that leads to why we sip lemonade. So we sipping lemonade over here. We always sip lemonade. Why? Because sometimes we're sour, but we're always sweet. We're going to have those controversial conversations, those lively conversations, those men and women conversations that make you uncomfortable, that make you get up out of your seat, just like how we did in my J106 class, and eventually find a middle ground and a good way to have good, decent, positive conversation. Because we often forget that since things are hard to talk about, you can't have that conversation in a positive way. When in all reality, there are skills and techniques to have a decent conversation. And we're going to call it gossiping. We're going to call it gossiping because there's such thing as positive gossip. And that's what we're doing here on Gossip, is changing the negative meaning and turning it into a positive, okay? So if you are not ready just yet, get ready. And if you are ready, strap your seatbelts because it's going to be some good conversation on Gossip, okay? Now into myself. Once again, like I said before, I am Brianna Reagan. I am I like to say big, vibrant, and loud. Not like to be loud, but this is just the way that I've been all my life. My whole family is loud, so that's what I'm accustomed to. And that's probably why I can't hear too much. But as of right now, I am a sophomore at Rowan University. I've been plotting up gossip since my senior year in high school. All right, guys, I'm back after momentarily being interrupted by one of my closest friends. We've been praying for her safe recovery and her surgery, and it was a safe surgery, so that's always a blessing. That just made my episode, just made my day. But just thinking about her situation alone makes me think about why I started gossip in the first place. And it just makes me realize that instead of us being frenemies or whatever the case may be, it's better if we form a sisterhood between each other and really get the chance to understand each other on I want to say a personal level, but let's say a unique level. Let's say a unique level, so that when we start to look in the eyes of a woman, another woman's situation, we are looking in the eyes of a woman. We are not looking in the eyes of a traitor. We are not looking in the eyes of anything else. We're looking in the eyes of, what was my sister thinking? What was she going through at this moment? Like, you get what I'm saying? Instead of being a force of negative energy to women, let's figure out how we can find that positive realm between each other instead of just hashing it out on each other. You get what I'm saying? A lot of us make certain mistakes that are not, the best. And we learn from them. Nobody's perfect. But we need to find a common ground where we can start to at least be able to understand, or at least be able to forgive. Never forget, but to forgive. And with that, we'll be able to eventually grow as a womanhood and as a sisterhood. And that's what gossip is about, to uplift and empower each other as queens, young Black American queens, young cultured and colored and, queens. That's what we are. We need to learn how to hold ourselves to a certain standard. If there's anything that I say or any advice that I would give for my women, is to hold yourself to a standard, a very high standard. You set your standards high, you shoot for the sky, and that's all you're going to get is the sky. Never get comfortable in where you are. As a human being, never get comfortable of where you are in life. Never. I'm not comfortable. I will never be comfortable. This right here, what I have created, is a blessing to me indeed. But I have to remember that this is just my starting point. This is my starting point. Everywhere is a starting point for me. Every new blessing, every new door that is opened is a starting point for me. You get what I'm saying? And eventually I have to move on, I have to grow, and I have to figure it out. And that's why I have started where I have started and shot for the sky, just how I shot for the sky. Because I wanted it to be known that I'm not going to limit myself. I'm not going to tell myself what I can't have. There's nothing in this world that I cannot have. I can obtain anything. I can obtain and do absolutely anything that I put my mind to. And that's not saying, oh, you might be like, oh, well, let me see you fly. And it's just like, I believe with God, if God want me to fly, he gonna have me flapping my wings out here. But I don't think that that's my purpose at this moment. But I'm pretty sure that God will make me fly and flourish in other ways. And that is through gossip. My purpose is to try and help find unity between us to make sure that, there's growth in my community. I want to create a career for myself as to where I can do this without getting paid. I feel like every career that you would like to be in, you should love it so much that you can do it without getting paid for it. That's what my teacher always used to tell me. My TV production teacher at that, Mr. Ingram, always used to tell me, if you can do it without getting paid, you have a passion for it, a love for it, a desire for it. It is different between wanting something and having a passion for it. You can know how to do something. I work at a mattress warehouse, so I can know how to sell a bed, but I don't have a desire for it. I don't have a passion for it, but I have a passion for this. I know how to do this. This is my thing. This is my area. It comes natural to me. This is my passion. This is what I want for myself. Find what you want from yourself and shoot for the sky. Nothing else. Gossip is here to support. Gossip is here to uplift. And gossip is here to understand. Now, unfortunately, but fortunately, we sipping lemonade around here. And you know what comes with lemonade? Do y'all know what comes with lemonade? I'm gonna take another sip and let y'all think. I'm gonna take another sip and let y'all think. Nice and cold. Sipping lemonade comes with being sometimes sour but always sweet. And that's what we are on Gossip. We don't spill tea around here. We don't spill tea. We don't talk about tea. We sip lemonade. Why? Because sometimes we're sour, but we're always sweet. The conversations that we're going to have are going to be very controversial, very upsetting, very uncomfortable. We may have some emotions flowing. We may have some disagreements, but we are here to find a middle ground. We are here to understand each other's mindsets. We are here to uplift one another regardless. We are here to understand how we can help one another's mindsets grow, how we can have an open mindset rather than closed. Because if you're not open to an open discussion, what's the point of having it? So in order to be here, in order to really grow the way that you want to, for all of us to grow the way that we want to, we have to be open-minded to different perspectives. Because a lot of the time, some perspectives are not necessarily what we agree with, but that doesn't make them wrong either. And this is how we can have those conversations. We can tell ourselves, like, I may not necessarily agree with what you think. I personally think that peanut butter jelly sandwiches, and this is just hypothetically speaking, but I'm just saying that peanut butter jelly sandwiches is probably better than tuna fish sandwiches. But although you don't like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, we can make a tuna fish sandwich together. And we can enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? We can find a way in the middle. And just because you don't like it doesn't mean that other people don't. It doesn't make it wrong to make it. You know what I'm saying? So that is what we'll be doing here on Gossip. And make sure to join us every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. We'll also be going live just to talk about a couple of conversations every now and then of what has been discussed on Gossip to get your input as well as others. All right? Alrighty, Gossipians. I will see you later. Please check me out on all platforms. Go to my Instagram page and all my other pages, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, to make sure that you are clicking the link to get to my website. And if you don't have all those apps, we do have a website that you can follow that is in all of those bios. So make sure you keep up with each and every episode, because if you don't, you will be missing a lot of lemonade talking. All right, guys. Y'all be blessed. I'm going to see y'all on the next episode of Gossip.